Hi everybody, welcome back. Tony again with Shinsho Yoga, and this week I would like to work on lizard posture, Utthan Pristhasana. This is also my 52nd video. I started 1 year ago with this channel, and I just want to say thanks to all of you who have tuned in to hear me say strange names like Utthan Pristhasana and put my body into funny shapes that you probably look at and go, So thanks for being a part of it. So lizard pose is a hip opener, right? But inner hip versus outer hip. So a very popular pose, pigeon pose, one of the most common you will see in a vinyasa, hatha vinyasa practice, and it gets the outer hip. Well, the inner hip, one of the more common ones you'll probably see is lizard. Lizard can be very challenging for some people. I've actually seen more women struggle with lizard than men. Not saying that men have it easy on it. It's just interesting to see the differences in male and female bodies and who struggles with what. For pigeon pose, women don't often struggle with that one as much. Some women do, like anyone. There's always differences in people, but they struggle more with lizard, where men seem to usually struggle a little more with a pigeon posture than lizard. Just differences in the way the body is built and the way the pelvis and the hips here move. Mine naturally splay out. So this posture for me is my yoga superpower, as a fellow teacher once told me. Said, all of us have our one yoga superpower and yours is lizard. For me, I can come into the full expression of the posture relatively easily. Granted, if my hips are tight and I'm not warm, it's got its challenges, but I can generally always come into the full expression of the posture. How precise in that posture, again, also will depend on how much I've been practicing, how warm the body is, etc. Some people can't at all. Some people can't come past the first kind of level on that, and I'm going to show you with blocks how to come into this posture for your body in different ways. But again, don't necessarily worry how good you are in the posture. Just do it to the best ability and as precise as you can for that day. This would be, in my opinion, more of an intermediate level of posture, and depending on how far you go, could be more advanced. Again, because it does require a certain amount of precision, because certain things are going on in this. It's not like child's pose where you're just in it and kind of lay in the posture. There's a lot going on in this posture at once, and depending on your body, you want to have either the proper blocks for it so you're in it the right way, or supporting yourself as needed in it. So enough of me talking, and let's get into the posture. I'm going to start on my right side for this ease of demonstration here, and then I'll show you the opposite on the left side. So I'm going to initially show you the basic way to come into the posture, and that is from an all fours or a tabletop position. So from your all fours position, you're going to step your right foot forward. Now, depending on your body and where that foot lands is whether you need to make an adjustment or not. My body, because my hips naturally splay out, my foot automatically comes to the outside edge of my mat and my hands are already at the inside. Your body may be different. Your foot may land here. That's okay. You walk it out to the edge. Hands come to the inside. Now, I take my students into a posture that we often refer to as dragon before coming into lizard, as a kind of lizard prep. This, you want to come up and tuck the back toe under, come up off that back knee. Let that hip sink, drive that back heel back, keep that back leg straight, lift the eyes, and gently rock. Now, the front knee, when you come up, you don't want it tracking far past the ankle. You want it pretty much in line. As we rock, it may move a little bit past it, but you don't want to be kind of, prone in that position where the ankle is way back behind the knee. This is kind of somewhat of a very intense runner's lunge. And then from here, we're going to come back down with the knee and the top of the foot down, with this hip sinking forward, with our eyes lifted. This is your most basic version of lizard, just like this. Right? If this is too much for you, too intense, you can grab on to blocks. Any height is needed, it's fine. Maybe you're tall on your hands like this. Maybe you can get lower onto the forearms, but just not all the way down. You can use the blocks again. Take the forearms down this way. Again, keep the eyes lifted as best as you can. Maybe you can come to forearms without the blocks. Maybe you can come down into the full expression of the posture. And breathe. Now to come out of the posture, wherever you are, you want to once again get tall on those hands. Tuck that back toe under. Again, I like my students to return to dragon. Little rock. And then we'll step back for downward facing dog. Maybe a little pedaling of the feet here. Whatever you need to just get that open again. Breathe. So, that is lizard from all fours. But you can come into this directly from your downward facing dog. So, to do this from down dog, do this on the left side this time. You're going to step your left foot forward. Now, because my legs automatically splay out, right? I'm automatically going to be in line on the outside of this mat versus the inside. But if yours come forward, walk it over to the side. Stay tall on that back foot, on that toe. Let the hips sink. Drive back with that back heel. Lift the eyes. Rock. This is dragon. Again, this is kind of a lizard prep pose. And then we'll come back to neutral. Take that top of the foot down. And knee. Again, don't let this front knee, you don't want to do this in the posture. This isn't correct. What also isn't correct is this, right? That knee wants to be a square to that ankle. The eyes are lifted. Once again, tall on the palms. Maybe you need to be tall on the palms with the blocks. Maybe forearms. Maybe full expression. Breathe. Once again, coming out, getting tall. Tuck that back toe under, coming to that dragon. And then stepping back. Down dog. So, once again, there's a bunch of things going on in this posture. We do want a certain level of precision with it. Front knee, you want square, not tracking forward, not far past. Square, ankle in line with knee in line with ankle. All right. The back foot when you're in dragon, drive that heel back. Keep that long line energy. Sink that front hip. So as you come down into lizard, you're bringing that hip forward, really sinking in to the adductor inside here to open that up. Blocks as need be. Maybe you only have one. That's okay, right? You can half be, do like that or like that if you only have one. Certainly with COVID right now, props, we don't use them in the studio. They don't want any communal sharing, so sometimes people have to bring their own. Maybe you only have one block. You can use it. You can make it work. Don't be afraid to use the props. They're proper for your body. That's it. It's not cheating. So, most important part though, breathe. And follow the breath. As your thoughts arise, you'll acknowledge them, allow them to pass by, return to the breath. Over and over and over. Any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Be happy to answer. Thanks again for watching. Namaste.